70% of the population lives in an urban area. Due to the numerous combining factors, including economic restructuring, lack of opportunity in rural areas, and natural disasters, Mexicans have been migrating towards city centers at high rates. A majority growth pole is Mexico City and the greater Mexico City area, which now has a population of about 21 million people. The economy of Mexico has shifted somewhat rapidly from a primary economy with agriculture and natural resource extraction driving the economy to a tertiary and quaternary economy, which is driven by industry and service. For much of the Mexican history, agriculture and other land-based activities were the backbone of the Mexican economy. Land distribution and holding rights were a catalyst for social and political change through much of the late 19th and 20th centuries. As globalization took hold, this began to change. As of 2010, approximately 70% of Mexico's economy is service-based. Mexico has a strong export economy and is 15th largest exporter in the world. Since 2010, Mexican economy has had a positive economy growth rate. Overall, the Mexican economy is strong. However, social and environmental indicators, while were improving in the past few years, require more attention. For example, over 50% of the population is living at or below the poverty level. The explosion of population growth is a major cause of the environmental degradation in Mexico, including severe air pollution, lack of clean water, soil erosion, and general depletion of resources. Additionally, Mexico City faces severe lack of housing. It is estimated that in order to have sufficient housing, 35% more homes would need to be built. In order to fill this need, as well as protecting the already endangered resources in Mexico City, our project will focus on development that slows urban sprawl. Urban sprawl is the spreading out of a city and its suburbs over more and more rural land at periphery. This is one way to grow a city to accommodate the growing population, but it also has many negative consequences. Sprawl means power grids must stretch over longer distances, increasing pressure on power suppliers. Similarly, water resources must travel over long distances, meaning there is more opportunity for a system to break down. People living on the periphery are still most likely working in the city center, which means more fuel usage, longer commute times, more congestion, more traffic accidents, and more carbon emissions. Another more sustainable approach to development is smart growth, a development approach that focuses on compact building and utilization of public transportation. At the end of 2012, the Mexican government created the Ministry of Urban, Territorial, and Agricultural Development, an agency designed to coordinate urban planning and land use policy. The agency is a unique position to oversee the implementation of smart growth development. Smart growth focuses on compact mixed-use buildings rather than adding homes and buildings at the periphery of the city. The goal is to invest in existing infrastructure and provide housing by building vertically rather than horizontally. Another focus is public transportation. Mexico City already has an extensive bus and rail system, but many neighborhoods on the edges of the city are not connected to it. Adding longer routes so that more people have an option of affordable public transit will help connect the city and promote sustainable development. Smart growth will also be in line with Mexico City's efforts to improve the environment. Smog is a major problem, and with Plan Verde, the city has major improvements in smog control and reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. Employing smart growth techniques will further reduce greenhouse gas emissions and reduce smog, because fewer people will need to commute longer distances. Mexico already has a government agency in place that could facilitate the land use policy changes required to implement smart growth, such as zoning for taller buildings and allowing bus and rail routes to extend further. Smart growth is the best solution for development in Mexico City because it will allow expansion of housing and other services while mitigating environmental degradation and public health hazards, allowing the economy and quality of life in Mexico City to continue to grow.